So I think I've seen a funky diabetic do this, but in today's video, I'm gonna predict the top 5 players in 5 years. So let's get into it. Number 5 on my list, I got Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson was one of the only players born in the 2000s. I think the only player, and in 5 years he's gonna be 25 years old. Zion this season put up crazy stats and numbers. I know it was only a couple 20 something games, but it still shows that he could be a superstar. He still needs to work on getting in shape because going into the bubble he did kind of look like, when I saw him play, he was kind of out of shape. He needs to work on his jump shot and his defense, and I think by then, if he could fix all that in 5 years, I think he could be a top 5 player in the league. At number 4, I got Jason Tatum. In 5 years, Jason Tatum's going to be 27 years old, going right into his prime. Jason Tatum broke out as a superstar this year, leading the Boston Celtics in scoring, and led them to a pretty good record, and he made his first All-Star game. I think if Jason Tatum can keep progressing as a player and gets better at defense, and he just improves his craft all around, I think he could be a top 5 player in the league one day. At number 3, I got Nikola Jokic. In 5 years, Jokic is going to be 30 years old, which still is your prime, technically. So Jokic this season has been phenomenal. Even this season, he might even be a top 5 player, depending on who you ask. Jokic is probably the greatest passing big man of all time. Can stretch the floor, play make for his team. He's an all-around good player. And he led his team to the 3rd seed in the West. One thing Jokic needs to work on is his defense. He's kind of lackluster at that part. So he's shown sometimes he can be a good defender, but for the most of the part, he's not really a good defender. So I think if Jokic can work on his defense and become a better defender, I think he could be a top 5 player in the league if he already isn't. Number 2 on my list, I got Giannis Antetokounmpo. In 5 years, Giannis is going to be 30, which is still his prime. Giannis has won back-to-back MVPs, and he's only 25 years old. He won a Defensive Player of the Year and is one of the best players in the league. So in 5 years, I think he's just going to keep progressing. If Giannis can fix his jump shot and consistently hit 3-pointers, I think that will elevate his game even more. And I think if he can consistently hit jump shots, I think his team can make it go to the finals, make it out of the East, which will help his case for being his rankings in the league and rankings of all time. Giannis is already a top 5 player in the league, and if he keeps getting better every single year, he's gonna stay there for a while. And at number 1 on my list, and in 5 years, who I think is going to be the best player in the league, I got Luka Doncic. In 5 years, Luka Doncic is going to be 26 years old. This season, he broke out as a superstar, leading his team to the 7th seed in the East, and in the West, And this season, he averaged a 30-point triple-double. There's already arguments arguing if he's a top 5 player in the league already. And in 5 years, when LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and James Harden, everybody slows down, I think Luka Doncic could be the best player in the NBA. I think the only thing holding him back even now is his defense. He's not a bad defender, but he's pretty easy to score on. But Luka Doncic only being 21 years old, and in 5 years, when he's 26 years old going into his prime, he's just going to keep getting better. So that's why I think he's going to be the best player in the league in 5 years. So that was it for today's video. If you do like the video, please like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.